what we have here is a Fender acoustic guitar, an F210, and a friend of mine called a few days ago and said that a student seemed to have broken the headstock somehow. So I'm trying to kind of show you on the video. I think you can see right there, it's split. So I'm going to try to fix this. Well, not try, I know I can fix it. I'm going to take off at least this tuner because it is cracked right here also. So I want to be able to put a block of wood here to help distribute some of the force of the clamps, glue it up and clamp it. It's a decent guitar. It's like a Fender workhorse kind of guitar. It gets good reviews from people that own it and stuff. Obviously I took the strings off and stuck them into the hole that keeps them from flapping around, because I'm doing this free just for a friend, and I don't know if they want me to put on new strings and everything. So, saving the old strings. So I'm going to take off that tuner and we'll get to work. I took off the tuner. Very simple. Just unscrewed the two little screws holding it on very carefully because you don't want to strip the heads on them. They're tiny screws and they strip easily. And took that out. The tuner lifts right off. And then this a little ferrule kind of thing that you pop out from the other side. I was very careful because I didn't want to crack the veneer any more than it's already cracked. So we will put some glue in. I cut some strips of cardboard, and that's going to help me to get the glue in. Okay? So, easy enough. It's going to make quite a mess, but I'll mop it up after. The good thing about this is they cracked it and they didn't play around with it. Got it right to somebody like me. So I could glue it up. It's a nice clean break. It should clamp right together. So let's get some glue in there and see what we can do. I'm going to put some glue on an old piece of wrapping paper. And that way I can just really kind of get it on this thing and get it in there. Some more on. More glue. Get in there. So of course, getting the glue in there, making quite a mess, but that's all right. And as I get the glue in there, when I clamp it closed, that's going to also help to really get the glue into all the little cracks and crevices. Looks like I'm going to do it all with just this one piece of cardboard. Yeah, looks good. So now we'll clamp it up. I'm going to put some little bit of tape down. Crummy tape. A little bit of tape on this just to protect the totally crummy tape. to protect the headstock a little bit. So I'm going to clamp it like there. Maybe a little piece of tape on the headstock too, because I don't want to accidentally glue the piece of wood to the headstock. A little bit of tape right there. So that, and I have a couple little pieces of foam to help cushion the underside of it. So like that, and clamp it up. And there you go. A little more here. So as I'm squeezing this in, I can see the glue really coming out of the cracks here. So that's good. That means it's really getting into all the crevices and everything. So clamp it. Another clamp. Where did I get a piece of tape? I don't know. Another clamp on the other side here. Glue on everything. So like that. Really get that on there. Clamping it nice and closed, nice and tight. Alrighty. So now I'm going to go and mop up some of that glue. And then we'll be back to unclamp it after it's dried. So here we are. I took the clamps and everything off, and it looks great. I used a little damp cloth and fingernail and just sort of chipped a little bit of the glue that was off on the sides and stuff that seeped through. I'm trying to show you. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there's a little bit you can see. Yeah, you can definitely, I'm looking through the viewfinder of the camera here, the screen. You can definitely see the little, the crack where it was. And if you rub your finger on it, there is a little bit of a seam there. That could be touched up with a little spot refinish and stuff like that. But this is just for a kid, and the guitar's banged up, which is fine. You know, the guitar's to be used and played and all of that. So I'm not that concerned about it. This is kind of loose. I'll tighten that too. So it looks great, all fixed, and all I need to do now is just put the tuning peg that I took off back on, string it back up, and it goes back to hopefully a happy kid that enjoys. So I hope that this was of help to anybody. It's not a very difficult job to undertake. A couple of clamps that I picked up for, I don't even remember, $4 or $5 a piece, or $7 or something. Some Tite Bond glue, wood glue, which is great, just the regular Tite Bond. and a little bit of skill and a little bit of time and effort, and the headstock is fixed. And they tell me that with the wood glue, the join where I glued it together is actually stronger than the original wood. That's what they say. So there we are, and hopefully this helps somebody. So enjoy.